These are some questions on spiritual energy, and I'm going to answer them. So, the first question is are there different types of spiritual energy? So, first of all, let's understand that there's only one energy. There's no spiritual energy, material energy, there's no such difference. Energy is one thing. And the energy that we can sense, we can call it material energy because we can sense it. And the energy that we can't sense, we should call it spiritual energy because it is not easily perceivable in the physical plane. That's it. But if we shift our perception, we'll be able to perceive the different kinds of energy that there is. Even gravity is energy, it's an energy field. And so is magnetism, and so is electric field, magnetic field, electric field. These are the various fields that exist. These are the only fields that exist even for spiritual energy. There's gravitation, there's magnetism, there's light, and there is another field which not many people understand, and we call it the field of the Vayus. Okay? The Maruts, the 11 Maruts or the 11 Vayus. These are also different energy fields. And what do energy fields do? They move electrons, they move protons, which are particles, and then they move, they create new bonds between molecules, and they also create energy, light. Okay, so they move photons, they move electrons, and they move protons. Protons and electrons are the major component of our world. They form the molecules, and there are million other molecules. Okay, but this is how we understand it. So there are two kinds of particles: energy particles and matter particles. Energy particles are different from energy field. So we really need to understand this. Magnetic field is different, but what magnetic field can move is different. It can move electrons, can move protons. Okay, so that's why we have to create. Magnetic field also influences photons. It can create and move photons as well. So there are a lot of these in action around us. We can experience Thula Shakti, which is we can experience our energy level as energetic or not energetic, and that is one level. But there are certain energies which escapes our experience. That is called Sukshma Shakti. So you can divide them into Sthula Shakti and Sukshma Shakti. Instead of calling it spiritual energy and material energy, everything is spiritual. There's nothing material. So that's how it is. And energy as a person is what we need to understand in yoga. Because Devi, Shakti, is the embodiment of energy, but she takes a human form just so that we can interact with her. Okay? That's the level of her compassion. She's not a careless parent, create the universe and then go away. She's not like that. She takes care that everything in her universe can flourish as long as they follow her Maryada. So Devi Maryada is something that we really need to understand. And this would be a few things. I'll get into it. So, people are having a very bad mindset about spirituality. They look at it as science. Spirituality is not science. In science, it's like an ATM. It's predictable. You put in the code, the money comes out. Okay? But in spirituality, it is emotional. Devi has spiritual emotions. If you want to understand this, you must read Devi Bhagavatam, preferably not in English. But if you have no other option, then you read it in English. Okay? It's still better than nothing. And if you read Devi Bhagavatam, you'll start to understand the spiritual emotions of Devi are emotions that we are also capable of. And if we indulge in those emotions, we'll be spiritual. So, you don't find Devi lying depressed. You don't find Devi crying in loss. No, She has only the Navarasa written by Bharata, who was actually an avatar of Kamdev. Okay, so she only indulges in the Navrasa. And we also should only indulge in the Navrasa, no, not more, not less. Okay? We need all the Navrasa and we need to enjoy it. That's when life becomes a delight. You'll be filled with enthusiasm to live life when you start understanding these things in depth. Okay? So you need examples of the Navrasa. That's why you should read the stories in Devi Bhagavatam. And then you will get examples of various aspects of Devi and how she behaves in different situations. And then you'll find yourself in a situation that's not at all that severe, behaving very badly. And you can then correct yourself. Okay? So that is what it is. And Devi Maryada is something which you will understand as you read the Bhagavatam. I'll tell you some of it. And this is also from Rashmi Mala Stotra. Rashmi Devi comes to us in various ways as rays. When Devi comes as a ray, she's called Rashmi Devi. And when she comes as sunlight, I mean, it does so many good things in our body when she comes as sunlight. When she comes as moonlight, it does so many good things in our body. But we polluted the moonlight by Nikola Tesla's invention called electricity. We have polluted the moonlight, we have polluted the starlight. We live in total pollution. We are all guilty of not following Devi Maryada. So at least you can start following wearing orange glasses in the evening and you'll see how much they will bless you. Okay? And you should also, and you should have an emotional connection with Devi while you do Devi Maryada. And if you don't have money to buy orange glasses because they're expensive, I think they're ripping us off. All you need to do is get an orange film and stick it on your plain glasses. And then you can use that in the evening. And you'll see that, my God, there's such a big difference in what's happening in my body and my brain as compared to when I was eating Nikola Tesla's blue light at night. Artificial sun at night. This is what Nikola Tesla's vision was. Okay? So I'm not very grateful to him for this. This is Devi Maryada Ullanghan. It is not Devi Maryada Palan. Okay? It is not the following of Devi Maryada, it's a violation of Devi Maryada. So violating Devi Maryada, we should stop. And we should start building within ourselves the capacity to work in almost complete darkness at night. You can start by lighting diya. She is also present as Agni. Okay? So when you light a diya, that is okay. That's Devi's light itself. It's more on the red spectrum. It's not like blue. Okay? And then if you can manage all your work with just a diya and then switch that also off in the night, you're following some level of Devi Maryada. You should also get the night light, but it's not possible. It's not possible at all with the whole city being lit up and everybody dependent on electricity. They don't know how to live without electricity. They don't know how to grind things with their hand, and they don't know anything. They don't know that their ancestors were living happily without electricity. We didn't need it at all. We can't imagine a life without electricity. Okay, that's how we have become. Okay, so slowly get over this addiction. It's a bigger addiction than cigarettes and alcohol, and it kills you faster than cigarettes and alcohol, the blue light. Okay? My mother passed away from blue light. Nobody knew. After my father passed away, she was lonely, so she was watching television for many hours a day, and nobody knew that. She used to live alone. And suddenly she developed this really violent cancer along the front of her body, wherever the blue light had hit her. Everywhere. She bathed herself in blue light, and her demise was very quick, within 3 months. Okay? So it's the fastest way to kill yourself, exposing yourself to mobile light, laptop light, and any other light after sunset. So this Devi Maryada, if you stop violating, your body will work like it's supposed to work, and you'll not have any disease. Okay? Second Devi Maryada is not to wake up people who are sleeping, including yourself. If you put an alarm, you have already violated Devi Maryada for that day, because Devi was working on you as Swapneshwari. She was working on your mind. She was rewiring your neural networks. And then you woke yourself up. Woke yourself up. You know, how if a file is transferring in your computer from USB and a pen drive, and then you pull the pen drive out while the transfer is happening. What will happen? You might even spoil the pen drive. So that's really what we do. We spoil our pen drive. We are now connected to Devi when we're sleeping. We're downloading something and then we get up because we have to go to office to do some meaningless work with a meaningless boss. So when you have these glasses on, then you will sleep early. You'll sleep at 7:30 or 8. And when you wake up, it will be 3:30 in the morning or 4 o'clock. You have lots of time and you'll be peaceful. You can practice yoga in that time. If you're doing my 64-day challenge, you can do that in that time. So you really need to be oriented like this. Now the third way in which we violate Devi is there is Devi Annapurneshwari. She's not only in the food, she controls the light inside our body. Okay? So when you put food in your body, it starts releasing its ultraviolet light. Did you know that? As soon as it touches your saliva, your food starts releasing ultraviolet light. And that ultraviolet light signals your stomach and intestines as to how thick to build the wall, what kind of bacteria to have around. All that gets processed and ready to digest each time you eat. And there's difference between morning bacteria and evening bacteria. I don't know if scientists have found this out, but we know it. Yogis know it. So when you wake up, you should start by just popping something. Within half an hour of waking up, eat something. Something at all. That's Devi Maryada, Annapurneshwari Maryada. Okay? And finish all your eating before the sun sets. Because after that, the digestive system needs rest. It needs 12 hours of rest to recover from the work it's done. Okay? And all that work is being coordinated by Annapurneshwari. If you snack in the evening, you're violating Annapurneshwari. So then your energies will not flow properly. You'll have problems. Health problems are nothing. You'll have mental health problems. That's even worse. Okay? So that's the problem. And if you have mental health problem, everything in your life crashes. Okay, so you got fear, unknown fear. That's enough. It's a mental health issue. Your life crashes. Okay. So when you actually follow spirituality, you have robust mental health. You have good buffalo skin when things happen. You're like, okay, I can bear it. I can take it. Buffalo skin and elephant skin was used as armor during battles. You need to develop an armor, a kavacham. You'll develop a kavacham, Devi kavacham, when you follow Devi Maryada. Things will not shake you. Okay? You won't be all over the place. So anybody comes to me with mental problems, I tell them follow Devi Maryada first. Then she'll bless you, then you'll become all right. This is different from the psychology effort of let's go into your childhood and find your trauma. Okay? Trauma is a stupid Western invention. Trauma is just Devi Maryada Ullanghan. It is the violation of Devi Maryada. That's it. The more you violate Devi Maryada, you'll have more trauma. We stop violating Devi Maryada, the trauma goes away without any therapy, without any psychiatric drugs. The trauma goes away. Okay? So everybody please understand, this is the secret to being healthy. Mentally and physically, socially, economically, in every way healthy. Okay? Health and wealth are the same thing. Financial health is called wealth. Okay? And physical wealth is called health. It's just the same thing. So health and wealth are really the same thing. You need that in all aspects of your life. You need your relationships to be healthy. You need your social structures to be healthy. You need some healthy purpose. And you need a healthy power and good reputation with people, healthy reputation with people. And you need physical health, and you need mental health. You need financial health. You need a lot of health if you want to enjoy this world. If you don't have any of these healths, you'll start complaining that you want to commit suicide. A lot of people come and tell me, I want to kill myself. And after talking to me, they understand they have done Devi Maryada Ullanghan. Because it's written clearly in Devi Puran that when Devi leaves, there will be only thoughts of death. Mrita Darshan. There will be only thoughts of death. When Devi is there will be enthusiasm. Then everybody will be like, Guruji, can you give me moksha? Can you help me get moksha? That's when they come. Those guys want to die. They want to leave the earth. They want to quit so bad. But there is no moksha for such people. You will be born again and again in animal yonis until you come back in a human yoni. Understand the value of a human birth. Okay? And it takes time to become immortal. You have to learn, go through many births and understand the foolishness and full waste of mortality, and then you become immortal, and then you start studying immortal yoga. So those of you interested to study immortal yoga, Amruta Darshan, not Mruta Darshan, Amruta Darshan. It's called immortal yoga. That's what I teach, Siddha yoga. Okay? Follow Devi Maryada first. What is Devi Maryada? Let me summarize. Do not allow blue light to come into your eyes after sunset, because blue light is light of day. You don't want light of day to come in the night. That's all. So take great cares to extinguish all light and make it very soft. It should feel like night. Inside your house, after sunset, if it continues to feel like day, then your body will also continue to produce hormones like day. That is the first Maryada to follow. Allow your body to know the difference between light and day. Day and night. Okay? Night and day. You have to know the difference. And if you know this difference, a lot of things start settling down. Then your stomach has to know the difference between night and day. Finish all your eating before sunset. I don't care if the sun sets at 3:30 in your place, no problem. Finish your eating by then. Don't eat when there's no light. It doesn't make sense. And if you live in a zone where there's a lot of night and darkness, I mean, if it's really so extreme and you live in the Arctic Circle or something, then you have to keep time according to what it would be. Just you have like 6 months sunlight and 6 months darkness. So that's really how it is. So in that time also, in the dark time, try to keep your lights very low. Don't eat too much. You can eat, but not too much. And then when the light is there, you can eat a lot. Okay? You have to produce your own light during those times. So there are many instructions. It all depends on your individual situation. So if you have any confusion and you're not able to follow it, then you ask me, and I'll tell you. Okay? And if you can follow Devi Maryada for 3 days, you'll see the benefits. When you see that benefit is when I can accept you as a student. Because if you don't see that benefit, I don't think you'll respect anything else I'm going to say further. Because you're full of your own opinions about everything, right? Nobody can learn humbly anymore. Because school and college have told them that they know. I posted a video about me pushing someone with the power from my kidneys, and then he's tagging MacDojo Life. Okay? People don't understand anything other than what they know. They don't. So when you suddenly understand that what the doctor couldn't cure is feeling better in 3 days, or the doctor couldn't cure in 30 years is feeling better in 3 days by just following discipline, light discipline, that's when you'll have value for everything I say. Because after this I'm going to give you ridiculous kriyas, and you won't do them unless you have trust. Okay? So that's how it is. So get ready for the journey of a lifetime if you want to understand about spiritual energy. And yes, that's the end of this lesson. Om Namah Shivaya. The next question about spiritual energy is, what are these words? Like, I can't even think like this. Hang on. Why does tapping into our spiritual energy help us? So really we have to stop doing this ATM machine thing, okay? You don't tap into your spiritual energy for it to help you. That's really not what it is. It is not a hack. Devi is not something to hack. She's someone to have a relationship with. If you have a proper relationship with Devi, that's it. She'll take care of you. She'll give you adventure, she'll give you hardship, and she'll give you growth, she'll give you strength, she'll give you pleasure, then she'll give you more adventure, she'll give you more hardship, she'll give you more growth, she'll give you more pleasure. This is Devi. If you keep doing it, you'll become a king or a queen. If you keep doing it, then you'll become king or queen of a planet. If you keep doing it, you'll become king of queen of many planets. That's my guru. Ashtadasha Mahadvipa Samrat. That is what Devi can give you if you start worshipping her. And it's written as the Palashruti of Khadgamala Stotra itself, that this is what will happen to you if you really have faith in Devi and you keep worshipping her and you don't violate her Maryada. Okay? So don't force wake yourself up. Don't force wake others up. Okay? There are many other Devi Maryadas. Like you should never separate a woman from her child. What do you think all the corporations are doing after women give birth? They're making them come to work for 8 hours. They'll never prosper. They'll never find it easy. They'll never have a good time forcing women to come to work. Okay, this is Devi Maryada Ulangan. They should allow her to work from home according to her cycle and according to her free time. And she'll be productive, no doubt. But you shouldn't drag a woman into the office when she has a child. Okay, so there are many stuff like that. Read the Devi Puran and I'll do a very detailed list of Devi Maryada. But you start following some Maryada which I've taught you. Okay. So when you do that, when you follow Maryada, Devi guides you. There are 3 Shaktis. Ichha, Kriya, Jnana. Ichha means purpose, Jnana means knowledge, and Kriya means power. Knowledge, purpose and power are what we must pursue in this world. First purpose, Ichha first, then power, then knowledge. Because if you don't have power, if you don't feel powerful, you won't be acting. So you have to make a powerful body, you have to make a powerful mind, and then you'll start taking action. That's when you get knowledge. Till you take action, you don't get knowledge. It's Ichha, Kriya. Okay? Ichha first, then Kriya, then Jnana. If you go to Madurai Meenakshi temple, that's how it is. Ichha, Kriya, Jnana Devi are arranged in that way. Kriya is in the middle. From Ichha, you have to get into making decisions, taking action. Knowledge comes when you take action. Knowledge doesn't come when you sit in the well of despair and then, the frog sitting in the well knows only the well, doesn't know anything outside. That's knowledge. You will fall in. If you have only knowledge and no action, you will fall into a well of knowledge and you won't be able to take action. Okay? So that's why in yoga we always insist on action. That's the way to tap into the powers of Devi. You don't tap into the powers of Devi. These are the 3 powers of Devi. You don't have to tap in. It's your birthright. If you follow Devi Maryada, she'll give it to you out of her compassion. You don't have to worry about it. It's not only her compassion, it's her responsibility to give it to us. She has only said, this is my karuna. It's a creator's debt that when the creation starts respecting the creator has to take care of it. Okay? But since you don't know how to respect, you have to learn it from a guru. All guru can teach you is Devi Maryada. The rest of the stuff happens automatically. The kriyas are of course there, but doing the kriyas without Devi Maryada doesn't work. Just doesn't work. You won't get Jnana Shakti. Even though you're doing the kriya, you will not get Jnana. Why do we do kriya? To get Jnana. After every time we do the kriya, we should know more. That is what it is. Do you know I get up in the morning at 3:30, I do kriyas till 6. So that is like 2.5 hours of kriyas. Imagine the knowledge that I get in that morning. And then when you have more knowledge, then your purpose can become bigger. Because you're like, wow, everything works on each other. They make each other bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and grows. Grows to a level you can't imagine. There is no end to growth. And that is what we have to be. We're all afraid to be big because we think it'll be too much pain without knowledge. But it's not how you get knowledge. We're waiting for knowledge to become big. To desire big, we are waiting for knowledge. You can't desire after you get knowledge. You have to desire, then you take action, then only you'll get knowledge. So you desire something the biggest, what you deserve, what you think you deserve, you desire. And then you take action on it, then the knowledge comes. Okay? I desire to be a musician. I desire to make music that will make people less mentally disturbed in the world and more mentally healthy and physically healthy in the world, just listening to my music. I had no idea. And so is my team here. They never played music ever except 2 people out of a team of 10 people. 2 have played music. The rest are all new. And then we just started. We just kept going. Initially, the beat sounded like staircase, like falling down a staircase. Okay? You know how falling down a staircase sounds? That's how the drums were being played. Now slowly everything's sinking, you know. Only the bass guitar was pro because Shashank is pro, he plays the bass guitar. And Naveen's playing is pro because he's played for bands, etc. But other than these two guys, none of us have any experience, anything. When I used to sing, it used to sound like a crow is taking its last breaths. But then I started singing, and now it's sounding good. I sang a really melodious song yesterday, and it's getting good and good. And the more you listen to the music, I listen only now to our music, and it keeps me in a really good mood. So the knowledge of music is growing. Now, when I hear other people's music, I can hear more because I have played music. I did the Kriya, and now I know more about any music because I did the Kriya of practicing every week. That's all. The more Kriya you do, the more you'll grow. So you do Kriya, and it's not long before we become really pro, all of us. Then what will happen? We'll hit the music world by storm because that's really what it is. It's Pinaka. It's the weapons of Shiva. It's the Trishul of Shiva. Okay? That's the name of our band, by the way. Okay. So you too can do whatever you want, but you have to first start by doing. Even if you sing like a crow, you have to go and sing. Okay? At least the crows will like it. And then slowly you'll get better and better and better and better. And then you'll be making divine music. You'll promote yourself from crow to nightingale. That's all it is. Okay? It's all that we aspire to be is our purpose. If you have lost aspiration, you're in Mrita Darshana. You please follow Devi Maryada first. Come to Amrita Darshana. You start having thoughts of immortality. Instead of thoughts of suicide, you have thoughts of immortality. You have to come there. When you're following the Amrita Darshana, Devi blesses you because she's like, yes, take it. Be immortal. Follow my Maryada and I'll keep showing you a good time on this earth. That's a promise of Devi, okay? It's a mother's promise. So, wake yourselves up. Don't tap into energy. Start really understanding who Devi is. Ichha, Kriya, Jnana. Understand these three parts. Ichha is the head of Devi. The hands and legs of Devi are Kriya. From the head, directly hands and legs. Then the Jnana develops inside here on the torso. That's your internal organs, nourishment, etc. It's all called Jnana. Jnana comes from your senses. And there are many things you'll learn in the 64-day challenge which will increase your Jnana. Okay, so follow the Maryada and let me know if you want to join the 64-day challenge. You'll find links below this video.